Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter. It is Saturday, April 3rd, I believe, and it is a beautiful, gorgeous spring day. I'm over here on my friend's property again. I posted a video earlier this week. My son and I were over here turkey hunting. We found this little location, what I believe was an old home site. And today I've got my metal detector with me, doing a little exploring. And I got to just share something with you real quick. Right before I turned the camera on, I heard a whoop over to my right. And I have a little fascination with the Sasquatch and Bigfoot stories. It's one of those things that I don't think I'm a 100% believer in it, but it's a fascinating thing to read about and to get out and explore and look. But that was probably some kind of bird. I was kind of hoping once I got the camera on, it would happen again. But it's over that way in that tree line. Anyway, that's kind of an interesting little thing. So what I thought I would do is just share my little adventure today over here in this home site, and let's see what we can find. All right, well, I got a little tone that could be something interesting. A lot of the stuff I'm hitting is just kind of probably just trash, nails and pull tabs and things like that. But I keep hitting this little spot. Let's see if it'll do it again. Yeah, I'm gonna check this out, see what I got here. I got my sifter. In that little area right there, I had a good tone at first, and then it just kind of went to nothing. Never found anything. But I've hit something over here, so I'm gonna check this out. Found an old shotgun. It was like a 20 gauge. The cap piece where the primer is and all. I'll have to clean that up. And I can't tell what kind it is right now. I see UMC on it. Yep, shotgun, the brass part of a shotgun shell, low brass. Or that's high brass, because it's short. Anyway, cool little find. I wanted to apologize for my earlier video that I posted while I was turkey hunting on yesterday. My battery on my camera died on me, and I wasn't able to close out that video properly. But, hopefully as time goes on and this channel builds up and people enjoy what I'm doing, I'll eventually be able to get the proper equipment to do this stuff on a better level. But I have been out here today for about an hour now, and so far I found this was like the top of an old beer can, pull tab beer can. Probably was a Budweiser. Just looking at part of the can that I found. And with that I found a bottle of Ting 69 doe and estrus. Oh, excuse me, doe and rut buck lure, not estrus. I didn't know does went in rut. And I found that that little cap. I cleaned it up a little bit. It's actually a 12 gauge cap. I want to get home and read on it a little bit. What I'm about to do now is have some lunch. Y'all stand by. All right, what I'm doing, I have made myself a small little grill. Found some fat lighter. And I'm gonna tell you what, this area here, if stuff hit the fan and you had to go somewhere, or if fat lighter became very expensive, you would be a wealthy individual in this area with fat lighter. This is like an area of the mother lode. But I'm gonna get this little fire going here. That's what I'm hoping. Maybe a little base. Got my little grill by DRIX Outdoors. I believe that's the name of this. This is a neat little grill. Check this out. Get that thing set up. Boom. A little outdoor traveling grill. Adapt and survive, right, folks? Maybe some shavings off of this little fat lighter piece that I came across. See if we can get this fire going with a striker, the ferro rod. Boom, got it going. Build this thing up a little bit. Jared, that little striker you sent me and I made, it throws some sparks. I burnt myself. We'll get this thing going. Won't need a very big fire. Just enough to cook that steak. And have some yumminess in the woods. I guess today's turkey woods have become what would we call it? Treasure hunting, yeah. Wonder what could be around this old home site here. I'm sure by what I found that my friend, their little hunting, I guess you'd call it camp, is an old campsite right down there. Probably about 100 yards from where I'm at. But this right here is not their campsite. But it appears that it is either a place where people used to hunt, and before that the home site was here, or it's just a place where they put the trash. I'm kind of a weird individual. When I go to the meat aisle at the grocery store, I look for the reduced meat. And it just gets that little brown. This was about a $10 steak. I got it for $6. It's not rotten. It's just getting a little bit of age and keeping it simple today. Salt and pepper, some of the best seasonings. Salt has been part of our staple diet for millennia, for thousands and thousands of years, and ever since it was discovered. And it's an important thing for our diet. Without salt, of course, keeping it within, realms of not doing too much, I guess is what I'm trying to think and say. But, man, salt and pepper, you can't beat it. I'll share this with you guys. This is greenbrier. It is an edible plant, but it is also a plant I would love to just eradicate. It's everywhere here in the southeast, and it has some of the strongest thorns that mankind can imagine. It can pierce, I believe, Kevlar. And it's everywhere, and it hurts. But I got that piece out of my way. It's scourged, just like fire ants. I believe they're related. As Cousin Eddie said in Christmas Vacation, real nice. Real nice. Okay, so there's one. Let's see if I can get make me something to help flip the meat here as it gets hotter. It's gonna be good. Just a helpful hint. I'm sitting here as I'm cooking this steak, and I've got my tools out. Make sure you put your tools where they don't get lost, like covered up in leaf litter. I always like to try to put my ferro rod back in the sheath. It's easy to lay stuff around, and then when you're moving around your area, you can kick stuff over it, and it can be gone forever. So keep that in mind. Keep things where you can see them, probably where you're not walking, if you're wanting to keep them handy, or just stick them back in your scabbard, and that way they're safe. Ooh, I just flipped that steak. Smelling yummy. I just was thinking as I'm letting this steak cook, how I wish I'd have brought one of my books with me. I love to read. I'm reading a couple of books now. I don't know if that's a problem or not, but I'll get a book going, and I'll have 2 or 3 more books going. So sometimes I'll have 3 or 4 books going at one time. I'm reading a real interesting book by Horace Keppert. I picked it up back around Christmas when we were up in Tennessee, and it's our Southern Highlanders, and it's a real good book about the people in the Smoky Mountains around the turn of the century, of the 20th century, early 1900s. Before Horace Keppert died, he had written this book, and I think this one that I have is 3rd or 4th. Smoke is moving, and it's choking me up there. Had a buddy who always would laugh at me about the smoke. He always found it amusing how I get choked up. There's another book I'm reading, and it's actually a real scary book. And it's not scary because it's horror, it's just scary because of what's going on in it, the storyline. The book was written in 1996, and from what I understand, the book it's either has been banned or it's on the verge of being banned. It's a real thick book. It's got a good story to it. It's called Unintended Consequences, and it's amazing what was written in 1996, and here we are in 2021, and things are going on that just kind of our the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, and our God-given rights, and how now you can't talk about certain things and support certain things without people getting upset and getting mad, and even finding yourself getting in legal trouble nowadays with stuff. But I was sitting here as I'm waiting for this steak to cook, and I just wish I had one of my books with me. This steak is getting just about to my liking. I like my meat to be rare to medium rare, and that's about it. Like I say, just wipe its butt, chop its horns on, and send it on out to you. That's a good way to eat a steak. It's got that good juicy flavor to it. This steak's about ready. See that pink? That fat? I don't even have the words for that. Wow, so good. Oh, I flipped it one more time, and I'm gonna let it go for a few more minutes. Oh, look at that. Yes, it tastes just as good, if not better, than what you see on this camera. This camera does not do this justice. It smells good too. All right, everybody, I'm gonna let this steak go a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna sit down and consume this steak. I'm looking forward to it. It is just a beautiful day. We have been blessed here lately. I gotta share this bluebird sky with you. And this is the neat place that I'm hanging out. I'm grateful that I have permission to come over here. Private land is a lot better to roam around on. A little freer. Public land, you have to be really careful with things that you do. Because like, for example, down at the management area, you cannot have fires away from the designated campsites. But check out my little setup here. These little bricks. Got my little grill from DRIX. I've had that thing for a couple of years now. It's real easy to carry in your backpack. I've got that's my PLSK, yeah, my scout knife from Dave Canterbury. I've had that knife for probably about 10 years now. That's a workhorse of a knife. And I'm just going to enjoy the rest of this time here. I'm fixing to eat this steak, and I want to just say thank you to everyone who is following along and supporting me on these videos. Comment below if you have any ideas, something you'd like to see me do, make a video about. Please feel free to share and make that suggestion. And I hope everyone is doing well. I know right now things are crazy in the world. But I tell you what, folks, if you're sitting around watching the news, my suggestion is you turn that news off, whether it's TV or radio, and come outside. Come on, tell you, out here, it's peaceful. The world's not falling apart. I know they tell you we are in crazy times. But I get out and about and I see people and I talk to people. And if you're sitting there watching TV and what you're listening to and reading in the papers, I don't see it. Not when I get out and experience firsthand. But take care. Watch where you go and watch what you do. And, you know, like they say, wash your hands. My hands aren't washed right now. But I'm picking at you a little bit. But I hope this video finds you well. Y'all take care, and I'll see you later on. God bless.